What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the Bubble Watch, Sooner basketball fans. That's where I think OU stands right now.
That is so cheesy, dude. That's so weak. They're not on the bubble. Jeez.
They are on the bubble in my book.
They're in the tournament, dude. Stop. Wow.
They're not a lock, Jay.
Do you think Joe Lunardi's very good? Pretty accurate?
Yeah, he's pretty good, Jay.
Yeah, where is he on the bubble and is OU on the bubble on his list?
This team is not a lock, Jay.
They're in the tournament. Bad performance today. Bad performance. But they're in the tournament.
Jay, so ESPN right now says they're not automatically in.
Jeremy Lunardi, you want me to pull it up for you?
I'm talking about ESPN when it has the locks as 18.
Who does Lunardi work for, Jeremy?
ESPN. I'm just telling you what I read today.
Stop. Jeez.
I don't care about Joe Lunardi.
Yeah, Colin. 0 for 7. Again, 0 for the last 7 against Texas in basketball. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Braden, it's a good day to be a Sooner fan if you're a softball fan, baseball fan, or women's basketball fan, but not for men's basketball.
Yeah, but they're in the tournament. They're going to get in. Now, the biggest concern right now is Soares.
Jay, if they lose first round to TCU by 20, they're not getting in.
Oh, my gosh. Move on, please. Ridiculous.
And look, I'm going to say, I know we're not going to talk basketball here the whole time, but I've got to get some things off my chest, which
here's the thing. This. You better hope. I mean, you're probably hoping they don't get in because then you can say, oh, Porter Moser should be gone. So,
Jay, it's unbelievable watching them play. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Hey, Sooner fan, Owasso won, and their head coach, maybe he's the next coach at OSU.
Well, he'll be an assistant at OSU for sure if Gottlieb goes there. And then OSU's going to get the 5-star stud, Jalen Montanotti.
Correct.
The women's team has a shot at the Final Four.
Who does number 2 work for? What do you mean? I'm confused, Mark, what you're asking.
Maybe Javion McCollum.
Well, he didn't do a whole lot, did he?
Nope. Hey, there's more than that that's his undoing. I just can't believe the offensive performances that OU's throwing out there. Outside of Houston.
Why? The offense today, they scored in the 70s, did they not?
Yeah, when Sam Godwin is off the floor, they actually have some good ball movement and floor spreads out a little bit.
The bigger question is, how did this Oklahoma team score 85 against Houston? That's the
and allowed 95 and then allowed 94 to Texas.
Watching Houston today destroy Kansas.
I'm not going to talk basketball the whole time like Chester said, but I got to say this. If you allow 90 points in 2 games, why in the world can he not play a zone defense?
Jeremy, they don't
Too prideful,
zone.
That's why.
Zone.
Oh, that's sorry coaching.
What? I'm just telling you.
Bad coaching then.
He's not a zone coach. It's not what he is. Yeah, Gray got a ton of visitors today.
2026 future freak class.
Correct. Exciting time for sure. I mean, waiting to hear what comes out of the weekend, but I think it's all positive. Always is on visits, right? Never really know.
Never going to be negative on visits.
That's right.
Yeah, the Sooner softball team gets 2 wins today. Texas lost last night to Houston. Baseball team looked a lot better against UCF today.
Hey, thank you, UCF. Thank you.
Yeah.
Basketball. They beat TCU. Now OU plays TCU on Wednesday instead of Texas again. I was not wanting any part of Texas again. Make that streak 8 games. So at 9 games, whatever it's going to be. So good thing. Now, probably
Nick Evers' brother.
TCU's not a good matchup either, but
Nick Evers' brother was on campus.
Drew Evers.
Yes, saw that today as well. Yeah, saw that as well. Jay, I saw Brent Venables, the article on 247 Sports about Brent Venables and talking about Jackson Arnold, all the things that he basically gave him a long laundry list of things he wants to improve on, and said that Jackson Arnold's been bought in about improving on all those things, and he expects great things from him, but we'll see. Coach speak, but
Yep. Tyler, what's up? How are you tonight? Rank all the sports OU has as of today.
as far as what? We
What-
ranking like what fans are interested in?
Or the main ones? Rephrase that question, Colin. Blake says Fire Moser.
Well, duh. Nick Evers went to Wisconsin. And
Correct.
then Tanner Mordecai beat him out, a former Sooner. So there's that.
Yep. 5 weeks, baby. Spring game. Can you believe that? That's wild.
No, I cannot believe it.
That is wild.
Very tough loss for the Chieftains tonight against El Reno. El Reno's a solid basketball team. Undefeated on the year. Congrats to them on their first title. But, yeah, tough loss for the Chieftains.
Yeah, basketball, man, it was a bad performance today. I mean, that's all you can say about it. But I think it's consistent to what they've done all year. They're very inconsistent. That's what
It's consistent to what they've done under Porter Moser. He's 90. You know what? I watch him, and all he talks about is culture. Culture. What's Kelvin Sampson? That's culture.
Jeremy.
Guys crying, coming off the floor.
Yep, speak quietly, Chuck. I've spoke very quietly all day long, Chuck. Let me just tell you that. Hey,
if I'm basing it off of years past, not many guys are sticking around with Porter.
Hey, and Greg God, you say Kellen Sampson 2025. Here's my thing though. And right now, if I had to pick one team to win the Natty, it's Houston. I think they're going to win it now. And I also think there's a good chance if Kelvin were to win one, he says, I'm done. Give it to Kellen. I think Kellen's a coach in waiting at Houston. Why would he taint his chance to get back to Houston and come coach at OU?
He's not.
I don't think he is. I really don't.
Hey, wait. I'll get it caught. Which OU program would say is doing the best right now to the work? As far as performance, it's not even close. It's a softball.
Gymnastics. I would rank it softball, gymnastics, football, baseball, basketball.
Yes, and then you could break that down women's and men's too, but we don't need to. Yeah, I'm 46 years old, Chester. That's exactly right. I don't think I'll have a stroke, but you never know. Listen, I get fired up all the time on everything, so it is what it is. I'll try and calm down, I guess. It's just I'm passionate about things, and when I don't see guys diving on the floor, and I don't seem like I don't know, just I have a lot of thoughts on the OU basketball program right now. I'll keep them to myself, I guess.
I don't know what's time. I'm trying to click on the Grey God comment. It's not. There we go. You're talking about Kellen Sampson. I know he graduated from Oklahoma. He loves the area. I get that. I just think if it's too close to when Kelvin's going to retire, I don't think he'll come. That's just my thought. I mean, I'd love to have him. I think he'd be great. I think he's
Mountain Dew tonight.
Coach. What?
Mountain Dew tonight.
That's not much better than Red Bull, by the way.
No, it's not.
No. Not much better at all, Jeremy.
Hunter, that's a horrible ranking.
Hey, you can't put women's basketball ahead of men's golf.
You can't put women's basketball ahead of football right now. They haven't done anything yet. They won the Big 12 championship this year, I guess, but
yeah. Hey, Chuck.
Consistently, the women's basketball program has not been better than football.
Chuck, I'm with you.
Didn't do anything in the tournament last year.
The ones I understand Jeremy wants Porter Moser gone, but I don't know who they're going to get. And would it be really a step up? Now, if they were to get Kellen, I'd like that. But I don't know.
Would it be a step up? This team isn't one of the 68 best in the country.
Yeah, Jason. They are. They're in the tournament, Jeremy. They're an 8 seed right now. So stop, dude. This isn't they're falling off the bubble and going to not make it, dude. Jeez.
Jay, you do realize this team was 7th in the country this year?
Yeah, they were overrated, Jeremy. Anybody
and they might not make the tournament.
Congrats. Lori says tomorrow's my birthday. Awesome. Happy birthday. 20 okay.
Jay, you don't get it, I guess.
No. Hey.
Doug Gottlieb, I'd take Doug Gottlieb, even though he's a Cowboy. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Happy birthday, Lori, tomorrow. Yeah. Doug Gottlieb, I think, will be the next coach. But Jeremy, what were we talking about there?
You think he'll be the next coach at OU, Jay?
At OSU.
No, he's saying OU.
Not OU, but hey, what were you
Kelvin
talking about?
Sampson had this program good. Lon Kruger had it good, Chester. I disagree with you on those.
Lon Kruger had it good with Buddy Hield the 2 years. Other than that, what did they do?
Well, they made a Final Four, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
What else they did.
I know that with Buddy Hield.
Doesn't matter what else they did, buddy.
Okay, so that's all that matters. You make one.
They
Final
made the
Four,
Sweet 16 one year too, and they were in the tournament almost every year.
Well, they're in the tournament this year, so
no, they're not. The bracket hasn't come out. Their name's not on the bracket yet.
They're going to.
Their name's not on the bracket, Jay.
Jeremy.
How about this?
Jeremy,
Bubble. How about this?
Jeremy, golly,
Bubbles. Bubble watch, man.
I agree, guys. Listen to me. I agree. Moser hasn't made the tournament yet. He did this year. He will.
He did. It hadn't happened.
Jeremy, I've never seen a team go from an 8 seed with one game left to fall out of the brackets. It's not going to happen.
I've seen it.
It's
Moses' first year.
Dude.
Moses' first year it happened.
Go look at the teams on the bubble right now. The last 4 in, the last 4 buys, all of it. OU's not even near those teams right now. They're ahead of all those. They're not. Yeah, they're not. Sooner, okay, they're 9 seeds currently, Sooner fan.
Before today's game, they were 9.
I would rather them fall a little bit more to 10 or 11.
Before today's game, they were 9. They lost by 20. They got ran out of the gym.
Yeah, bringing out the props. That's what Jeremy does.
I just tell it like it is. I'm not sunshine pumping OU basketball. Sorry.
I'm not sunshine pumping either. It was a bad performance today. Bad coaching, bad playing, all of it. I do think Porter Moser's big. He has 2 big flaws, in my opinion, Porter Moser. One, he can't get a big man. Hasn't got one. Not athletic. Hasn't got one. That's a big problem. Number 2, he does not. If you watch games early on, they were doing a little mini type press with the athletes they have. They've gotten a Big 12 play. He's done none of it.
Jay, so you know my biggest issue.
Okay, that's 2 complaints. I can say that.
No, you definitely don't cut the men's basketball program. But now Anthony Grant, I would like that hire. Boone definitely isn't used to the new Loves Field outfield. I promise you that. And I agree. Moser's all about looks and what things around him.
No, he's not. Like. Your looks, man. You really need to just cool it on the Moser stuff when you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Now, does Moser want a new arena? Yes. Is he frustrated?
He's good with that. I like that he's been fighting for that.
Does Moser probably want out of Norman? Probably because of all the situation. But I think it's laughable. I think it's ridiculous, Jeremy, that no matter what Porter Moser does, if he tries to get students there, you say he's got an ego problem. It's all about him. He tries to talk about a new arena, you say it's all about him. Who cares about a new arena? It's ridiculous. You don't like Porter Moser. Everybody knows you don't like Porter Moser. Everybody on here, everybody that watches this, everybody that ever talked to you, you don't like Porter Moser. You're not a fan. That's fine. That's fine. But no matter what he does today, 2 minutes into the game, I got a text message from you. Where's Cooper? Jeremy, it's the last game of the year. Caden Cooper's not playing. Face facts. He's not playing. Stop saying it all game long. He's not. Yes, Gregod, that's another one. His roster turnover has been absolutely horrible. Correct. And assistant coaches. Yes.
You done?
Every time I talk, you say, "Am I done?" It's ridiculous, dude.
Jay, my biggest issue is the fact that
it's laughable with you tonight.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Sam Godwin, I mean, he had a great game against Houston. They're not going anywhere with him.
Who's all play, Jeremy?
Wait, you just rant. It's all jumbled up when he's in there on the high ball screen. You don't even have to guard him, okay? Second of all, if a team is just cooking you on man-to-man defense, you got to throw something else at them.
Yeah, kind of hard when you don't really – it's not your strength. I mean, so I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is, Jeremy. It's just like –
yeah, let's move on. Yes, Okie Lawn Guy, we're live. We're live, Okie Lawn Guy.
Hey, Jeremy, did Jim Boeheim ever get out of his matchup zone? No.
No, it was really good.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that was their strength. That's why he ran it. That's Porter Moser is a man-to-man guy, and that's what he will run. That's what he will run. That's what he does.
Well,
So
so
you're
is
not
Kelvin
getting,
Sampson, but he throws zone out every now and then.
we'll do what live?
We are live.
Always will be, always has been. Correct, Gary. Never will be a basketball school, ever.
Yeah, Okie Long Guy. You always ask if you're live. We're always live. Man, my dad's got some old VHS tapes of old games. We got the Fumble Rooski game on a VHS tape.
Nobody cares, Jeremy. Nobody cares.
I'm talking to Chester.
Bobby says Moser barely over 500 for his career playing in conferences like Sunbelt. Not sure
That's
what
a fact too, Bobby. He had great runs 2 years. That's a fact.
Hey, there's Hookham on here. Hookham, 7 in a row or 6 in a row, whatever it is against Oklahoma. 7 in a row now, I think, in basketball. It's disappointing. And OU cannot beat Texas. Thank goodness they're not playing them again this year. It'd have been a threefer. But Jeremy, if Suarez doesn't play, this team I don't think wins another game. Agreed.
They shouldn't make the tournament then.
Why?
If the guy's injured and they're not going to win, don't put him in it.
I know what you're trying to do here.
Same thing, Florida State deal. Florida State.
So, what grade do you give OU men's basketball for the year, Okie Long Guy? For the year, I'd say C. Well, I'd say B minus. They were picked dead last in the Big 12. Don't forget that. C plus, B minus. I think we'd all agree with that. Blake says F.
I mean,
now, are you talking about today? Are you just talking about today or for the season?
Today was an F. Overall, it's probably a C minus because they're still better than most people expected before the year. But when you're number 8 in the country, at one point, you've got to be better than this.
Jeremy, Arkansas was ranked number 10 this year.
You can't lose to Texas at home and Tech at home. That's the thing. Okie Long Guy, you gave him a B minus for the season? Wow.
Chester says 2017 was amazing. Loaded. That team was fast, but they were young. Yeah, 2007 was unreal.
Unreal.
Chester. And hey, thanks
Absolutely.
for getting on here before you have to go to work. Appreciate that, Chester.
No, Patty cannot coach men's basketball better. I don't want to get those comparisons.
OU cannot get off to a good start in basketball either. It's like they're down 8 to 10 every time right off the bat.
They don't really have a stud shooter.
Yeah, I mean, Moore's been consistent. He was missing today, but McCollum did really not much of anything. I mean,
and Sam Godwin is a same guy as Tanner Groves, except Tanner Groves can actually pop out and shoot the three. Godwin can't even shoot. He won't shoot. You don't have to guard him.
Hey, yeah, they did get 20 wins, solid seat. Hookham. I agree with you. I'm not a fan of their coach. I'm not.
Okie Long Guy, I'll say this, if they make the tournament.
They're in the tournament. Golly, dude.
If they make the tournament, I think they could win a game. Hey, guys, take it for record. I actually agree with Okie Long Guy. Yeah, Sam Godwin's awful. Liability.
Yeah, you can't miss dunks. You can't double dribble. You can't set illegal screens. I mean, that's like.
Can't miss dunks.
That's what I said. You can't miss dunks. I mean, here's probably realistically what happens. They lose to TCU. Okay. And they slip in the tournament. They're in the tournament, probably like a 10 or 11, and they lose first round. That's probably realistically. Now, if Suarez plays, I do think they could win a game in the tournament. Yeah, Gray God, I don't understand it. He looked so good against Houston, but I think that's what you get with him is he's not talented enough to bring that every night. He's a guy that can do that on occasion, but he's not a guy every night that can do that. Yeah, they are in, Jeremy. Okie Long Guy says.
Until I see the bracket next Sunday, they're not in.
Okay, but have you seen the teams that are below them? They keep losing, bud.
Okay.
Now,
Maybe they get hot in the tournament.
here's where you would have an issue.
Oh wait, if there could be an issue, they're not in.
If all these big time conferences have like if West Virginia were to win the Big 12 tournament, it's not going to happen. But if it did,
so they're not in yet.
Stop.
I'm just making a point. They're not a lock.
All right, let's move on. Get off of basketball for
Let's
a second.
talk football. Let's talk football, Jay.
Talk it. Let's go.
What do you want to talk on football?
Well, I'm ready for spring. Spring practice starts Monday. Spring game in 5 weeks. A lot of recruits in the Palace today in Norman. Saw some stuff on Twitter with some of the guys. So, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I heard what you said about Jackson Arnold. That's coach's talk. I mean, what coach isn't going to say that about their star quarterback, right? I mean, I don't – that's what I'm not ready for is all the talk. I need to see it in action.
Mark says, I wonder when the first AI coach will be used.
Wait, 405 boy says, Jay, I've constantly told you guys are talented, but y'all keep saying Porter Moses recruit. Hey, what I said is he recruited to go. When you look at the high school, he got 2 top 100 guys.
He doesn't play them.
Jeremy, 2 top 100 guys in Uzan and Oweh and 2 top 100 guys in Cole and Cooper. That's why I'm spitting facts. Those are facts. Now, Oweh has not looked good at all since the first part of the year. I don't know what
happened. And the other 2 freshmen, he doesn't play. Wasted a red shirt.
Is very inconsistent this year. Jeremy, what happened to Oweh?
I've said it from the get-go. He's not any good.
He had a great first half of the season. You know he did too.
And I said he was a garbage man.
So you think
he makes putbacks and in the paint. That's what he is.
First of the year he wasn't. He's making everything.
Now he's got a hitch in his shot.
You don't?
I think Dayton Forsyth can be pretty good.
I think Forsyth's really good, Sooner fan.
Gary, I agree. DeBoer kind of looks AI.
I was going to go back to this. Gray God. Will we see Zerg versus Mikey at quarterback most of the spring game?
As opposed to who?
Well,
we're going to see Jackson Arnold. And
yeah, but he's saying will they sit him a lot? I don't think they will. I think they'll play Jackson Arnold a lot.
A whole lot.
Now, are you asking if you'll see them against each other? I mean, you will, but.
Yeah, I'm curious what – I didn't like last year's spring game format.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. But I'm not really a fan of all the spring game formats.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, I don't know what you could really do, though.
Play it exactly like a game.
That's what you do.
It's
not going to happen. That's what I would like.
Play it like a game, except quarterback's off limits.
Correct.
Yes, I do, Oaklawn guy. Yes, I do.
Jeremy, you're the same guy that's been hollering for North Weather, and when he gets out there, he doesn't look all world.
Hey, Jay, I'm going to give you 2 names.
In my opinion, you're going to go back to Joe Bamisil,
Bamisil and Marvin Johnson didn't play, and they were better.
It is.
Joe Bamisil and Marvin Johnson did not sniff the floor on those teams, and they were better than most of the guys that played.
Hey, Mark, that is a great comment. You could sell out that place with pretty expensive tickets probably to see that. I think that'd be great.
Great God, it'd be smart. It'd be smart to let Arnold cook a little bit too. I think. North Weather wasn't great, but he can actually sit out and pop a shot at least.
That's also another recruit that Porter got. He was player of the year in Missouri. Missouri player of the year. So I'm just saying, y'all ask about recruiting. He is a player of the year. Now, he's only a freshman. He redshirted last year. I mean, you got 3-4 more years with him. So I don't know.
Unless he leaves. Nigel Smith is very mature, Ron. Nigel Smith has everything I've seen in an interview. He's been way above his age as far as just hearing him speak. Well, very, very, very good communicator.
Do you remember
last year the weather wasn't great. It was chilly.
Do you remember back in the day when a guy named Lincoln Riley was here and nobody could talk to the youngsters? Absolutely. Those were bad times, man.
if you can get Fasusi, it doesn't matter who else you get.
Yeah,
the big fish is landed.
To me, Colin, here's the deal. You already have Olin Hollenbeck committed. Okay. You got Foje committed. There's 2. Now, I'm going to give you 3 names. Lamont Rogers, Michael Fasusi, and Ty Haywood. Those 3, if you could land 2 of those, it's outstanding because 2 of them are 5 stars. So,
Hey,
if you could land 2, now even if you got 1 5-star, I think that would be great. I mean, that to me, you got to get Fasusi or Haywood. Haywood is trending towards Oklahoma. He's also, they've said that before about other guys. I don't really buy it right now. It's too early.
I'd have to go watch guys from other teams, young guys, but it does seem like the guys at OU right now that are on campus, the freshmen, they're all solid communicators, solid in interviews. I know there is some stuff in Soul Mission where they do kind of go through that stuff with interviews. That's cool. I think that's very good for the future of these athletes. And I just think nowadays with social media, being in front of cameras all the time, I think maybe they're just athletes are just better suited for that. No, we don't get Donnie. No chance unless we hire his dad as an assistant.
Yeah, Jen thinks we're going to get Ty. The Montanati thing, I would probably say 90% chance right now that Montanati's on staff at Oklahoma State next year.
Agreed.
And which means that's where his son's going to go.
Agreed.
So I don't think there's a chance of that. What's the weather like in Tulsa, OKC? Looking good the next few days there.
It is. We're looking at 70s, rain on Thursday. But Gray God says, I don't know. I think freshmen need more reps in the spring game than Jackson Arnold. He sees first team D during practice. Last 2 years, we had a quarterback down that hurt us big because backup's not ready. Yeah. I think Jackson Arnold was ready last year. They didn't need him. The game he did come in, they won. So
Sooner fan, I see what you're saying. He is young, so he still has a couple more years, but he'll end up at OSU is what I'm saying. So
Ben Belcher.
Yeah, somebody asked about the SEC patch. Yeah, SEC patch is going to help recruiting for sure. For sure. Got a little trivia tonight, Jeremy. Got a little trivia.
Let's hear the trivia.
Yeah, so guys, I didn't wear it tonight. Almost did, but it's a little cold in my garage, so I had to go with the hoodie. But man, the FanStop shirts, if you have not signed up for it, go sign up for it. Go to thefanstop.com. Use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Great shirts. And the April one, fire, man. Looks awesome. So go sign up for that. If you were on our softball live, you may already know the answer to this. But Riley Boone hit a bomb today, guys, in softball. How many career home runs does Riley Boone have at Oklahoma?
Mark, I was at my son's soccer game today, and it was freezing.
How many home runs does Riley Boone have as in their
Not
career?
5. It's not 5.
Not 5.
It's not 24. Yeah, Jay, I don't get the ninja look tonight. All black with the beanie.
Oh, it's either put my hoodie on or wear this beanie. Do you want me to put my hoodie on? Does that look better?
No, it's not 8. It's not 7. It's not 9.
Close.
I guess they weren't on the softball live tonight. Teresa was. Oh. Teresa was on the softball live, and Teresa is on the board.
We'll have to look at Damon.
Damon. Actually, Damon got it first, it looks like.
Let's give Damon and Teresa a point tonight. They were the same time, about the same time. Hey, 6 home runs for her career at Oklahoma. It doesn't happen very often, but when she does, that's a moonshot too. Good job. Appreciate it, guys. Jeremy, before we went to the trivia, what you were talking about, OSU got blasted. Boynton's out, guys. Although his payout's big too.
OSU's awful. OU beat him by 2 on a last-minute heroic shot and by 4 at Lloyd Noble, okay? Okay?
Oh, my gosh, Lori, nothing bundt cakes.
Nothing bundt cakes are legit.
Oh, my gosh. Did you get the lemon one or the white chocolate raspberry? The lemon's the best one they make.
Jay, what were you wanting me to say?
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Spring game, Jackson Arnold.
What about him?
You said I was saying something.
No, I don't think it was about Jackson Arnold. I can't remember what it was about. I don't think it's about Arnold.
I mean, I want
OU
Jackson
beat
Arnold.
BYU, Okie Long guy.
OU beat him good.
Hey, that's going to happen this week. Now, free agency starts Monday in NFL.
Yes.
It sounds like the Bears are going to go get Caleb Williams.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like it.
You know where I would like, if Tampa Bay does not sign him, do you know where I'd like for him to end up?
Where?
I would love for the fact that Kirk Cousins to go to free agency and go somewhere, and Minnesota get Baker Mayfield. Hey, Greg God says, you say Jackson was ready. Why was BYU game so close besides an audible during the game? Everyone was hyping. Just okay, didn't seem to ready. I agree with that.
Well, I'll say he didn't have a great game, but he was ready. Like, first off, he had no idea he was going in that game. That was a weird deal if you guys remember the game. Dylan Gabriel falls down and hits his head, and it's Jackson Arnold time in the second half.
I will also say that I don't think, and you can look at his history at Oklahoma in 2 years, Jeff Lebby never, ever, ever had backup quarterbacks ready to play. Ever. And you had a quarterback in Dylan Gabriel who's never made it through a season unscathed. He's always been injured some. So he wasn't ready, and it was because of Jeff Lebby, in my opinion. I don't think Jeff Lebby maybe prepared these guys in practice for snaps. That's what I think. I don't know that. I'm just saying from what I saw. I mean, they had a week. They didn't even let Bevel even try to do anything. I mean, I know they didn't even give him a chance out there against Texas. Literally.
Where I would argue with Greg Goddard here is saying someone who's not ready doesn't call an audible.
Hey,
I mean, if you want to say he overthrew Anderson because he did, yeah. But he also made the play when you needed it to, so I think he was ready for that moment. And he seemed ready against Arizona.
Yeah, but he knew he was starting.
He seemed ready against Arkansas State, 9 for 9. He seemed ready against TU when he came in as a backup.
Jimmy says Lebby was like that at Ole Miss too. What's up, Mike? How are you tonight? Mike, what's going on?
Yeah, Jackson Arnold won the BYU game with the catch from Farouk, help from Farouk. Look, I'm positive. Oh, I can't mention it. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. Greg got 100%. Lebby didn't have him ready, period.
But it has nothing to do with the spring game, I'm saying.
But I think what he's saying is maybe they need more reps in the spring game. Some of the young.
Now, listen. If you want to say that last year the freshman Jackson Arnold should have had more in the spring game, because Gabriel's a 6-year guy. This year, though, Arnold's still young. I think you got to let him have tons of reps.
Damon thinks the running game will help Jackson Arnold. I do think the running game's going to be better this year.
Well, I want everyone's thoughts on here right now. You guys are highly intelligent people. I, for one, want Jackson Arnold to run the ball. I think you're actually handcuffing him if he can't use his legs, because that's been a strength of his. But I don't think they're going to allow it very much, if at all. What do you think, Jay?
I don't think they're going to call quarterback runs that often.
And that's disappointing.
Yeah. What is this Oppenheimer? Are you just saying that one Best Picture? Is that what we're saying?
It's probably the Grammys tomorrow. I mean, the Oscars tomorrow night, Jay.
I want Jackson Arnold running like DG did, is what Greg God says, Jeremy. Dalpost does not want quarterback runs.
Robbie definitely wants him to run.
I want him to run. I think you got to sprinkle it in. I just don't think you need to do it all the time.
Jen thinks Jackson will run the ball.
Yeah, Bobby, let him be him, in my opinion. Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Yes, Lori, the lemon bundt cake's amazing. It's the best one they make, in my opinion.
Ron says he may not have a choice because they're not going to have any line protection, which could be right.
Okie Lawn, they just played 2 games so far. Let's not get too. It was 2 good wins, but 2-0, leading after day 1.
Hey, I think Mark, I think part of this is going to be a scheme issue. One of the reasons I like quarterback run game in the offense of the past is because there's really only one running play that OU's had. They don't misdirection it. They don't counter it much. It's a handoff up the middle from the zone read, or the QB keeps it. So if the QB doesn't keep it, then they're just going to pin their ears back and come up to the running back. If OU does some different things running the ball with Luttrell's offense, then you may not have to run Arnold as much. I just think in a zone read offense, the quarterback's got to run some or it's pointless. It's absolutely ridiculous to run a zone read offense if the quarterback doesn't keep the ball.
I agree. I don't think they're going to run as much zone read this year, though.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I do think, like Mike says, let JA be JA, design plays for his strengths. I think that's what you do. Will a true
I say no, Jimmy. No.
Carries this year?
No.
You don't think Tatum?
No.
0.
No.
Why? Why not in mop-up time?
I mean, I guess maybe I'm just talking significant, like a carry or something in a big game.
Hey, Okie Long guy, I am a baseball. I'm an OU fan, so of course I like OU baseball. What I'm saying is listen, it's 2 games versus UCF. And I think most OU fans, if they watch baseball at all, and Okie Long guy, I know you're a huge baseball guy. If I were to ask you yesterday, how many do you expect to take from this series? Because I asked Hunter, and Hunter's a big baseball guy. He said it'd be good if they swept this series. So let's see if they can sweep it. I think, hey, get off to a good start. That's one thing I've been complaining about OU baseball in Big 12 play is they haven't done great in Big 12 play under Skip Johnson. So that's good. They're getting off to a good start. I'm a fan.
Gary and someone else said Xavier Robinson. I forgot about Xavier. If they run a fullback, he could get some carries.
Yeah, I know they did beat Florida. That's right. Hey, it's a good 2 wins. I agree. They went from 83 to 18 in the RPI. So OU did. They went from 83 to 18 in the RPI with 2 wins today. So big wins, man. I'm excited.
I do like what Mark's saying about being physical.
Wildcat. Let me just say this. Damon says Xavier Wildcat. I'm a non-proponent of Wildcat offense. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I know. I do too, really.
I don't like it. I know I'm probably in the minority here that says that, but I've never been a fan of it. Even in the Blake Bell days, didn't like it. And I know people are going to come at me for that, but I hate it because, in fact, when I see another team line up in Wildcat, as an OU fan, I'm usually like, oh, you know what's coming. I know it's hard to stop if you got the right guys there, but I'm just not a huge fan. I'd rather have it, and it bothers me when teams do this. Their quarterback maybe playing great will get them all the way down there, and then they'll bring in the Wildcat. I mean, are you telling me your quarterback can't score from 5 yards out? You're going to bring in a Wildcat?
Landry Jones.
Wow, Greg, God, that's a very high praise. And I'm with you on Xavier Robinson. I think Xavier Robinson's really, really good. Better than career than Tatum. I don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
No, Mark, Xavier Robinson's bigger than Milroe.
Yeah, I would say he's 20 pounds bigger than Milroe. And that's pretty much the same for everything, 405 boy. Everything's good if it works, if it's executed correctly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I don't like the whole concept of it. That's me. That's just me. 235, Tyler dropped the weight in there for Xavier. I'd have to look at Milroe. I think Milroe's about 220, 215, maybe. Yeah, throw the jet sweep in there on the dislike list for sure. Golly. Although
it depends on who you run it to, Jay.
The jet sweep is is great if you use it accordingly and use it sparingly. I think the reason people hate the jet sweep, OU used it too much. Period.
And they never did it to Brendan Thompson or Petaway or speedsters.
Correct.
I think Milroe's probably 205, 210.
He's jacked. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. He's jacked.
205 or 210, Jay.
Probably about right. Probably about
Be
right.
my guess. We don't have Hunter on here to see it. Stubby says, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The issue isn't the starting line, it's the injury issues, and they will come up on the O-line. You got to have depth. They do have depth in numbers. We'll see.
Hey, I saw somebody on Oklahoma, some Owasso winning the thing. Yes, great for Owasso high school basketball. But what about Jinx? What about the what Jeremy?
Phone fell.
Visitor today, you know, I kind of want to talk a little bit about it, but Kewan Jones' son, Caden, you've seen him in person. Thoughts?
He's very fast. I think he needs to gain some weight, but I'm sure everyone's going to offer him.
He's only a junior coming up. He's got 2 more years. He's chance of him landing at OU, I think, were pretty high. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would. He loves OU. I can't believe Milroe's 220. I didn't know that. Matt Rhodes said OU is going to be a 13 seed, Jay.
Ooh, 13 would be one of the last 4 in. That would be definitely.
I agree, Matt. I think they're on the bubble.
I don't think they're on the bubble, but I think they're going to end up at 11 seed. And now, the problem with the 11 seed, if you end up 11 seed, isn't that the play-in game? I think that's a play-in game. So, who knows, man? Now, they could really help themselves by beating TCU, but we'll see. Yeah, Houston, guys. Anybody right now disagree that Houston's the best team in the nation? I think, and here's the thing, Kelvin Sampson's had great teams at Houston. He has. And he's had elite defensive teams. This team's different. They got scores. And that's why I don't think anybody's beating them. I don't. I think I think Kelvin Sampson's going to cut down the nets this year. And they're going to win the whole thing. Their offense is really good and their defense is unbelievable. And they go 110% every stinking play, every possession, every single rebound. They go like it's the last play of the game. You can't, it's hard to, if you either have that or you don't, and they have it. And I think they're going to win the whole thing. Yeah, Big Orange, I think they'll win the whole thing. I do.
My wife went to school with Kewan Jones at Nathan Hale.
Really?
Yes, before he transferred to Jinx. Yes, I have heard about the NFHS network. As a coach, I have to do all kinds of things with that.
What about it?
Bobby went to Nathan Hale. You may know my wife.
Depends on what year Bobby graduated.
My wife was an identical triplet, amazing cross-country runner, Bobby, at Nathan Hale.
Monty, you're talking about what I saw some stuff on Twitter about it too. He looks like a hitter, man. Yeah, Ron, Houston didn't beat Kansas. They whooped Kansas' butt
by 30. And
30,
Kelvin Sampson kind of ran it up a little. I don't think.
And by the way,
happy.
By the way, Bill Self in Kansas 10-8 in the conference. 10-8. Yet they're ranked number 14.
They're not any good, Jay. They're not any good.
Get them out of the top 15. It's ridiculous. Wow. Hey,
I would love to see Kelvin win it all. Hey, Jay, today, the players all came off. They hugged Kelvin, Kellen, Quantas, Hollis. They're crying just like when he was at OU. Their culture is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And that's what he has there. I agree. I agree with you on that. Big Orange, how far you got Tennessee making it? Unfortunately, I think Tennessee's really good. I think they might make it to Elite Eight. I don't see them making the Final Four. I think there's some issues with them, and I don't think they'll get the Final Four. But I think Elite Eight.
Tyler, I'm an identical twin, as you can see, my twin brother right here with me, and I am married to an identical triplet. That's our little claim to fame there. Our unique fact. How about that?
What is hitting, guys?
What?
I was trying to get this comment. Yeah, Matt.
Which one?
Matt, this is what I was going to get to. Matt, this is the most confusing thing about their season, in my opinion, because Porter Moser prides himself as a defensive coach. That's what's been there, kind of you can hang your hat on, the defense. And lately, Houston lit them up. And then Cincinnati first half was on fire, shooting like 60, 70%. And
he won't play zone.
Texas was shooting 70% at one time.
Play a zone.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. They do
They're
look confused.
Jay, they are so athletic, they could play a 1-3-1 zone easily. They don't do it.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I don't think they're good enough to play 1-3-1 zone.
What do you mean good enough? Do you even know how a 1-3-1 zone works?
Where's Godwin and Northweather going to play on that?
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Jalen Moore and Suarez.
So you're not going to play Godwin or Northweather?
No, you know I said the small lineup is the one I like best. More at the five.
Fine, but when you're playing a team like Texas with Dessou and Shedrick,
doesn't matter. Let them get theirs and don't let anyone else beat you.
I know you, Jeremy. I know you coach. What is it? First grade, second grade basketball, Pee Wee basketball. But
hey, Robert Allison. I remember Robert Allison, 3-point specialist.
Hey, Big Orange. Listen, watch out for Wake Forest. Wake Forest has a guy from Bigsby, Oklahoma, Parker Fredrickson, unreal shooter, freshman. Left the state of Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I was hoping Porter could get him in Oklahoma. He's unreal shooter. In fact, the Wake Forest coach said best shooter he's ever coached. Great God, they would absolutely get destroyed in the paint if you did that. Absolutely.
Well, they allowed 94 points today, Great God.
Let's remember who's talking over here. Guys coach Pee Wee basketball. It's not a
No, I've coached junior high basketball too, Jay. They allowed 94 points today, did they not?
Bad. It was bad. Try it up, Jeremy. I get it, but you're thinking of
Try it. Try it.
Jeremy, how many teams in college basketball play a 1-3-1?
Beeline, stud coach.
Where's he at right now?
I don't know where he's at. He led Michigan to national championship.
Yeah, I think not many people do it. So
Bill Beeline. Dana Altman does it. There's several that do it.
John Beeline, you mean?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a bad performance. We'll see what this week holds. Tomorrow, though, another softball game, Jay, 1 o'clock against Iowa State. Sooner women's basketball will be playing here in a couple days. And I'm going to answer this last question before we get off here. Absolutely not. A quarterback competition, maybe for the backup.
That's what he's saying.
Jackson Arnold's the quarterback one.
That's what he's asking, for the backup.
I think Casey Thompson will be the backup if he's healthy.
And Jimmy, I would agree with more of a 2-1-2 over that.
Okay. Anything, Jay. Anything.
Yeah. Kentucky, they're starting to get hot. Watch out. I agree. Yeah.
Appreciate everyone on here, as always. Happy Saturday night. Don't forget, you're going to lose an hour of sleep here in a few hours.
So they need to stop that.
You're going to lose an hour of sleep, so make sure you know that. Set those clocks ahead so you're not late for church or whatever you do on Sunday. But thanks for being on here tonight with us. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Boomer.
Sooner.